Our next performer is Michelle Gama. She has a variety of different programs that she's to describe to you. Thank you. Hi, guys. Hi, my name is Michelle Gama. Previously Michelle Piscano, still getting used to changing my whole name. Just so you know, I am the last performer, so after I'm done, you guys can all go home. So I'll try to make it quick and, okay. So, like I said, my name is Michelle Gama. I do programs from toddlers up to teens, but today I'm basically going to be talking about my teen program. So, how I have it all set up is I'm going to talk about myself a little bit, who I am, about my program, and then you guys will questions. And I see that my USB kind of messed up my words a little bit. But, so my background, I've been working with children for over 15 years. Not to give my age away, but that's like half of my life. That's a picture of me when I was about 16 years old. And the child in that picture, I believe, is 15 or 16 now. So it's a long time ago. So like I said, I've been working with children with special needs, without special needs, for over 15 years. From when I was young, I mothered, helped, and babysat. In high school, I was in clubs working with children. In college, I double majored in speech and education, birth and regular, birth through 6th grade special and regular education. And then I've had a few different jobs working with children. When I was in college, I worked for YAI, which is a group home for adults with intellectual disabilities. Then right out of school, I got hired. I was actually the farmer, which is a nature specialist at Laurel Hill School. And after that, I taught preschool there for 2 years. My kids were 2 to 3 years old. And then I wanted to get into the public schools, so I was a para. So I was a one-on-one with a child in 1st grade in Half Hollow Hills. I'm also a certified yoga instructor. I'm a 200-hour yoga instructor, and then hopefully I'll get my 400 hours next. And so I kind of phased out of teaching. I don't know if you know, but it's really hard to find a job teaching on Long Island. When I was in Half Hollow Hills, I was like, okay, I'll start as a para and then possibly get a job. They were letting go of teachers that had 10 years. So I'm like, there's no way I'm going to get a job teaching. So doing library programs is just like teaching. Even just I have different kids every time, different ages, and it's awesome. And I have a very flexible schedule. I'm transitioning to being a full-time library programmer, so I may need to do some other tutor and do some other things on the side, but this is starting to be my full-time job. And I travel predominantly up in Suffolk, but I've started to go into Nassau County. So about my programs, like I said, I'm going to focus on my teen programs, but I do toddlers, children, tweens, and teens. And it's just me. So I know musicians, some of the other programmers have a group of people. My programs are big. So I go and I kind of make up programs that I think that would be interesting to the team. So I have 3 categories. Wellness, which I'll go more into on the next slide. Wellness is anything mind, body. Making cake, which is arts and crafts. And then game show, which is cupcake wars, chops, what all those games. I try to make all of my programs educational and engaging. Like for cupcake wars, yeah, they make cupcakes, but I give them a syllabus. They know what they have to do. Their space has to be clean. Did they work together? They get graded on that kind of stuff. And then they also have, I give them a paper, and they have to plan. So they don't just come up and get all the candy to put on top of the cupcake. They have to plan it out, and then they have to come up to me and say, okay, I need whipped cream, I need nerds. And so, they're working together, they're planning. It's not like they're just making cupcakes. For my younger programs, toddlers, 6 years old, 15 patrons is the limit. And then from children to teens, my limit is 20. As you know, sometimes you'll have a program that will be maxed out, and then 15 show up. So with my programs, it's 20, but if there's 2 on the wait list, I'd rather you invite them, because very rarely does everyone show up. The only one that's kind of sensitive is cupcake wars, because I give each group 6 cupcakes, 4 groups of 5 kids. I give each group 6 cupcakes, and I taste test one. So that's the only one that kind of, the numbers matter. I can't really go over because everyone's going to get their own cupcakes. All of my programs can accommodate patients with special needs, toddlers all the way up to teens. My price range is $175 to $275, $175 being more of my wellness programs, and $275 being the make and take, which where the supplies are a little more expensive. Then my programs are usually an hour long. There's a few that are 2 hours. My younger ones are a little less because an hour for a toddler is a really long time to sit. Then my programs can be altered to accommodate different age groups. Sometimes I'll write, ages 8 and up, and then someone's like, can you do it for 6-year-olds? And I totally can, but, I have to switch some things around. Some of my programs, actually, really all of my programs can be offered in series. I used to write, one session is this much, 4 sessions is so much, but I just kind of took out the extra sessions, and then if you guys want to make it, like I did yoga, I did a whole summer series, I can totally do that. The age group, okay, I'll offer discounts for multiple bookings, and sometimes too, my program guide is basically programs I think you'll be interested in. So I can't think of a million programs. So I have yoga with the twist is one of my programs, and a librarian came to me and said, we really want to do like a mindfulness program. Can you not do yoga with mindfulness? I was like, oh, of course I can. So now that's on my program guide. But let me know. Even if you're like, Mother's Day craft. We want a Mother's Day craft for kindergartners. Maybe the ones on my program guide you're not crazy about, I can totally come up with other ones. And a referral is the greatest compliment. Last week I was in Nassau. I came home and I had a voicemail I actually had to Google the library because, being from Suffolk, I don't really know all the libraries in Nassau. And I was like, I called her back and I said, it's so funny, I was just 2 towns over. And she said, one of the speech trainers came to our library and told me to give you a call. So I was like, that was so nice. I didn't even know that the parents did that. But so, like I said, referral is the greatest compliment. I think I have a slide coming up. I think I've been to 18 libraries on the island. So there's 100, right? 50 and 50? I don't know. So I have a lot more to go. Okay, so my wellness program. This picture was from a few times ago. Actually, yesterday, I've been volunteering at Stony Brook Hospital Pediatric Hematology Oncology Clinic for 3 years. So my teen care / children's care, we do a whole bunch of different community service programs, but one that is the most common is you make end of treatment, which is way to go, and happy birthday signs for the kids at the cancer center. When I used to volunteer, I actually used to sit and make the signs. So it's like perfect now, the kids make them, and they come up with things that I would never think of. One of them, the kids wrote way to go, and all of the letters have faces, so that's awesome. So Teens Care is usually designed for Stony Brook Hospital, but we've done plenty of other things. We've done things for the elderly, we've done things for animals. There's, plenty of different volunteer opportunities. Yoga with the Twist is a yoga class. The teens do yoga, and then we make affirmation rocks, which they paint, and then they write something that means something to them, or positive words on them, so they get to take a craft home. Then the Mindfulness and More is basically yoga with a twist without the yoga, more on breathing and relaxation and mindfulness techniques. Then I have a whole bunch of programs that are public speaking, memory courses, things where the kids are learning something that's very helpful for them in their everyday life. And I have a binder where I have all my programs I'm offering now, but if you email me, I can send them to you. I just have, it's like 12 pages. So I was like, I can't hand that out. It's such a waste of paper. So I can totally email you. But these are just some of the most popular in my new program. Then for the make and take, again, just a few of them are canvas creations where I give the teams canvases, I show them a few different techniques, and then they can make their own canvas. Intro nail art, and self-explanatory. Make your own stationery, which we've done just a broad make your own stationery. We've done make your own holiday cards, make your own Valentine's, and then make your own dream catcher, where we talk about what is a dream catcher, what it means, and then we make their own. And then the game show programs, which are the most booked programs, I'd say. You guys probably know anything with food, the teens love. So Cupcake Wars and Chopped, these are some cupcakes from a winter-themed program that I did recently. Chopped is kind of like the Cupcake Wars where they have to plan everything out. They get different food, there's mystery ingredients, and they get to make different creations, and then after they get judged, they're all winners because they get to eat their creations, but then a winning group gets a prize. Then there's Minute to Win It, which if you've ever seen the game show, some of the patrons have not, so I kind of explained it to them. They're doing different tasks, which I brought some if you guys wanted to let them volunteer on different things like cookie face, we have a cookie on your head, they have to try to get to their mouth. They have to shoot 2 balloons up in the air at the same time, a whole bunch of different things. Then Escape the Library, which you guys know, Escape the Room is a really popular thing right now. So where they do different tasks, and they have to try to break the code and get out of the room within an hour. And then Brain Games, which is just different brain games, work through their brain, different kind of tricks and all that stuff. And then just a list of the libraries I've had the pleasure of working with. And then I have, I think, about 4 or 5 more that I'm in contract with, but I haven't been there yet, so couldn't have them on my list yet. Do you guys have any questions? Yeah.
So you mentioned the one problem with like the 175 range or architecture. 275 range, what about the
Good question. All of them are basically that I can think of are 225. And like, there are some baking cakes that are 225. I would say I maybe have, most of my programs, wellness really are 175, game show and baking cake are 225, and then like the Dream Crafters is 275 because we need a whole bunch of different stuff.
And are those 20 max also?
Yeah, everything is really 20 max. But like I said, I don't like not letting people in. And then if there's a really long wait list, you could always double book, which happens too. But yeah, everything is really.
What's the librarian?
No, they can. Sometimes when I do my programs, I like not to have the parents there because I feel like it's a different dynamic, it's harder to control the kids. But sometimes librarians do come where the parents do come, and it's fun. It's different when adults are there. And it's different talking in front of a room of adults than teenagers. It's totally different. Any other questions?
I was just going to make a statement. I'm from Northport, East Northport, so you created that mindfulness program
yeah.
for us.
I didn't want to call you guys out, but yeah. I was sure I could do that.
We're not allowed to do yoga in the library.
And
so we were just avoiding the whole yoga.
Since you brought it up, in March we're actually I'm bringing a friend who's a social worker, and we're doing mindfulness for parents, which I was like, I've never worked with adults, but okay, we can do it.
Yeah, the patrons were asking for it. A lot of the parents of the kids that did the mindfulness and more were like, you should do this for adults. So
yeah,
that's what I.
Right, so that's my first adult program. So who knows, maybe in the future, but yeah.
But they love it. The kids and the parents love it.
Thank you very much.